Yo, Bricks 5D here. The fusion calendar or the fragment calendar event for Timit the Fool is here, and you can see it right here on the screen. It's not what you expect because fragments are supposed to be easier, but this one came with a little bit twist. You know those extra tournament leaderboard events that give you 5 extra fragments for classic arena, 5 extra for fire night? Just being first place gives you 5 extra fragments in case you missed out on one thing or the other. Usually fragment events that like this, we give sort of opportunity for us to skip out on one of them. You don't have to do summon rush and champion chase. This one just got a lot harder than expected because they made it possible for us, or important that you finish both champion chase and summon rush for teammates. If you don't finish both of them, you will end up with 95 fragments of this legendary champion that we're getting from now October 26th all the way to November 8th. That's the event timeline. So let me just break down the events quickly for you guys. The first thing I see that it's starting the right way. The first thing I see right here, Spider and Dungeon Divers is starting today. At the same time, this is the first time I've seen this happening in Raid, so kudos to Raid for not pushing Dungeon Divers to tomorrow and starting Spider today like they normally do for some weird reason. So it's starting at the same time. The countdown is in the game right here. You can see those events going on. Even those not going for this legendary fragment event will start pushing their Spider and farming some essential silver that they need to upgrade their accounts for the better. So that's a very long Dungeon Divers as expected. It's going to be crazy, and it only has 5 fragments. That's a very long Dungeon Divers. You can even farm Dragon along with this. That same Dungeon Divers is crazy long. And of course, tomorrow will be a 10x event, so it's not a 2x event. That's why most people want to probably skip out on this, but you cannot skip out on this summon rush. Is essential. Like I said, if you skip out on any of the summoning events, you end up with 95 fragments. So this is going to be a little bit difficult for those players who don't like to pull shards on a 10x. I've not seen the champions that are available in that 10x yet, but in case you're pulling shards to get these fragments, that's 15 fragments. Hopefully they put it at a reasonable price, 2,150. Is that what we're expecting, or it will go over to 3,000? Either you get 4 secret shards to get this summon rush. Secret shard is the best way to complete summon rush. And tomorrow being Friday, I'll see if the new to pro still wants to go for this, because the fusion calendar is looking like it's going to be a little bit difficult for us to complete with a long Dungeon Divers that spans across 2 events, and then 5 extra fragments not being available to be picked up in Dragon, not being available for Classic Arena 1 or Classic Arena 2, all just grouped into this this thing right here. So that's the first thing I noticed when I opened this calendar. I guess there might be other things that I'm not looking at right now, but this one really caught my attention. While they will add that 10 that they normally spread across other events to one place. This is not nice. It means those players who normally go for that 5 extra fragments by playing hard, spending their energy, spending their time to get that 5 extra fragments cannot do so. There is no other way to complete this fusion than finishing up both champion chase and summon rush. So it's beginning to be not easy enough to complete fragments now, but also require you to complete 2 summoning events. So that's the first thing I noticed right here. The noob to pro still has enough shards to do it in terms of the summon rush and classic. In the champion chase, we'll need to just do some old school fusions, I guess, and see whether we can pick up some point during that champion chase. So is there any other thing that is crazy going on right here in this fusion calendar that they added to it? Artifact announcement 1, 2, and 3. So Dungeon Divers this time is just 2, so that's good, I guess, that we are seeing only 2 Dungeon Divers and not 3 Dungeon Divers like we normally see in events like this. But Artifact announcement is 3, which is going to require a lot of silver. The last time the Noob to Pro tried to complete a fragment event, we got cut short because we didn't have enough silver. So will that be the same for us in this Timit the Fool Fragment event? I do not know. Ice Golem doesn't have anything aligning to it after you finish farming Dragon with this first Dungeon Divers. Ice Golem is just standing alone right here with no Dungeon Divers attached to it. Champion Training also does not have any Dungeon Divers attached to it, giving you that 10 extra fragments. So these 2, Champion Training and Champion Chase, will be very difficult for anybody going for that 10 extra fragments to complete, because a lot of people who have resources saved up are those who get, or even spenders are the only ones who will get that 10 extra fragments right here. So if you're a free to play player, you have to complete both. So this is also another incentive for those players who are kind of on the fence about this fusion this fragment event to even skip out on it. So I'm even considering it on the Noob to Pro, but I'll start my spider because I need to farm spider. We'll start slowly, and then by tomorrow when we look at the summon rush points, that's when we'll see whether it's going to be a deal breaker, if it's a reasonable four summon, 4 sacred shards and maybe 1000 mystery shards type of summon rush, or it is one of those ones that will require us to pull a lot more. Remember, the next 2x event that we're expecting is coming up on that's 14 days, in 2 more weeks. 2x on sacred summoning. Is that correct? I thought tomorrow will be a 10x. We don't know, because the whole 10x calendar has all been mixed up. So let's see tomorrow what summon rush has for us. And yeah, is there another thing I need to check? Let me quickly check the game to see if the events and tournaments have launched in right here, and see the points requirements, if it's reasonable or if it's something now that everybody will skip out on. So it's summon rush right here, 20 hours to go. Tomorrow champion training is also coming in at the same time. Dungeon diver 7 minutes. So I can't really check the number of points right here for this dungeon diver. I still have some time to wait right here. But for the tournament, it has already started. Spider started earlier than dungeon diver, so don't start going crazy. I guess 7 minutes is not a bad time to wait, but that's a normal 2250 seems normal for 5 fragments. So if you pick this up right here at this level, you can stop pushing above this, and there is nothing extra waiting for you in terms of extra fragments if you're in first place. Normally we see 5 extra fragments for almost every tournament, but this time it's not happening. They took all the 5 extra fragments and put it into only 2 events. That's kind of scummy. I'm gonna be honest about it. It's not how we normally see fragment events happen in raid, but that's the new change that we're seeing. Hopefully it's not permanent. Hopefully it's just for this time, only this event. And yeah, my main account will still go for it because I have 14 secret shards right here. So whether it's summon rush or champion chase, I can do both. But for newer players who are coming into the game, completing both summoning event is impossible. So fragment events are usually known for allowing you go crazy on one and skipping out on the other. But this time around, you can't skip out on anything. You have to finish everything on that fusion calendar, which is going to be crazy. So as the days go along, as the Noob to Pro tries to complete this fusion, at any point where I find it extremely difficult, I'll come on here and also tell you that my plans have changed for the fusion. But for now, the Noob to Pro wants to farm spider. The Noob to Pro wants to do dungeon divers and classic arena 1 and dragon. So these are all things I would normally be doing in the game. So I'll keep doing it, get these 5 extra fragments. But once I get to a point where I feel like artifact enhancement 2 is going to be a problem for me because I'm at 0 silver after the first artifact enhancement 1, I'll tell you right here that Noob to Pro is taking a pause from this fusion. If you fail it right here, I'm fine with it. So no need to be worried about this fragment fusion, although it's a champion I wanted to obtain for this account to get me through faction wars and get that Lydia, which is the ultimate goal for that Noob to Pro season 3 series. So how do you see this event calendar? Does it change anything for you? I know a lot of people were waiting for the event calendar. Does it make you all of a sudden want to stop? We haven't seen the points requirement yet, if anything is going crazy for dungeon divers or summon rush, but we'll see. Normally I just see fragment event as one to skip out on 10x, do a 2x, but now they're saying do both of them. That's the way I see it from my endgame account, where I have enough resources to complete both. I still want to skip out on 10x events, but it's gonna make you go for it. So if you do not have enough shards for both summoning events, you might have to just take a break right now and not push so hard for all these upcoming events. If there's any other thing, any news happening during the day, I will come on here and give you another update. But for now, this is the launch of the Timit the Fool fusion. Restart your game if you have not seen it yet, because a refresh was done, its server time down was done. We're still waiting for the compensation gifts for that one. Hopefully we'll get some energy from that. All right, that's what's happening in raid this morning. See you later in the day from the Noob to Pro's perspective when we do some gameplay, or later in the night for a live stream on the YouTube channel. Help me hit like, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more daily raid Shadowlands content. See you guys later.